Hello everyone, welcome to the Ultimate Blood of the Dead Easter egg guide for 2024 and any year that comes after. This guide has every single step in detail, so anyone with any skill level can watch the guide and understand how to do the Easter egg. I've also made sure to deliver zero misinformation for any of my steps, so you can guarantee every step I explain is 100% the right way to do so. I also place timestamps in the description in case you are looking for any specific step or tip for whatever. Starting with perks, the 4 perks I recommend that you bring is Quick Revive, Dying Wish, Victorious Tortoise, and Stamina. Alternatively, instead of either Dying Wish or Stamina, this is up to you, you could also replace one of those perks with Winter's Wail, which is basically Black Ops 4's version of Widow's Wine. Now for elixirs, you can bring just about anything. In fact, you don't need any mega elixirs. You can do all of it with classic elixirs. Mega elixirs will just make the job easier. However, if you are willing to bring in mega elixirs, one elixir I do recommend is the third one that's in this image, Undead Man Walking. Activating this elixir will basically force all zombies to walk instead of sprint or run for a whole minute, and while that might not sound like much, in some of the steps 1 minute can do a lot if you aren't dealing with zombies and just working on the step itself. It's a very useful elixir, so if you are willing to spare some, this is one I recommend. However, all the other elixirs are up to you. A classic elixir I do recommend you bring is Temporal Gift. It makes power-ups last longer, which can help you with some steps if you get an insta-kill, I guess, or a double points, and so on. For your talismans, I recommend you can bring anything. However, Charge Crystal and Supercharged Crystal would be very useful because you need an at least level 2 specialist weapon in order to start the Easter egg. For your equipment, I recommend you bring the Path of Sorrows as your specialist, and for your throwable, I recommend you bring in the Wraithfire. For your starting weapon, I recommend the Strife Pistol with these attachments, and for your main weapon, I recommend you use the Spitfire with these attachments. Before we start, here are a few things you'd like to keep in mind throughout your whole game while doing this Easter egg. First of all, you'd like to keep in mind what your level is for your specialist at all times, as you're gonna want to get your specialist to level 2 as soon as possible, so you can start the Easter egg as early as possible. To get your specialist level up, all you have to do is take it out and use it by getting kills. Next, you're gonna need to know how many shield blasts you need at all times, because most of the Easter egg steps do require you to have a shield blast or maybe even have multiple shield blasts. So throughout the game, you're gonna want to be spending a lot of time getting as many shield blasts as possible. It takes 3 souls to get a shield blast, and to get a soul, all you have to do is kill a zombie or kill a dog with the key from the shield. With the regular shield, you can only go up to 2 blasts. However, if you upgrade the shield, which this guide will show you how to, you can go up to 4 blasts, which will be needed for some of the Easter egg steps. Power. So in order to turn on the power within this map, it's really easy. There are 2 switches. Here's the first switch, which is in the Powerhouse part of the map. And in order to get the second switch, you need to enter the prison by going through the catwalk. This is why I recommended the Strife, as you can easily just knife the zombies within your way. And the second switch will be within building 64 in this corner. It won't be that switch all the time, it'll be one of those power switches, but it's in that room. Do be careful though, because once you turn on the second switch, a Brutus will spawn. Shield. So in order to build a shield, just like any zombies game, you need 3 parts. You need the Ghost Kaka, the Metal Door, and the Warden's Key. In order to get the Warden's Key, all you have to do is kill a Brutus and he'll drop it as a part. Make sure you get it fast though, because it will despawn if you don't pick it up in time. You can force spawn the Brutus by shooting him when you're leaving the catwalk, as I did in this video here. However, if you think that's risky, you can just kill the Brutus that spawns when you flip the second power switch. The Ghost Kaka has 3 different locations. It'll be on one of 3 power switches. So the first power switch can be found from when you enter the prison right here. To get to the second power box, all you have to do is go this way. And the second power box that can have the Ghost Kaka can be this one. And the final one that could possibly have the Ghost Kaka would be the power box that is right here. And this is the one that turns out to have the Ghost Kaka for me because it's glowing blue. Finally, you need the Metal Door, which is in this area, the Citadel, the tunnel. So it can either be behind one of these walls as you're going down the tunnel. That's the first location it can be. If it's not there, it'll be from the end of the tunnel, go downstairs, and it can be in this area right next to the skulls, as it is for me. Or it can be right here against this, right next to this barrier, against this wall. Once you have all 3 parts, I recommend that you build it on the 3rd floor of the prison, as it's the middle of the map. Tomahawk. So in order to get the Tomahawk, all you gotta do is feed 3 dog heads around the map. These dogs can be fed by any order, however all 3 must be done in order to get the Tomahawk. In order to feed a dog head, all you have to do is get close to one and then kill a zombie nearby, and the dog will eat it. However, you can only feed the dog 1 zombie at a time, so don't just kill a whole group of zombies, make sure you kill them one by one. You'll know that the dog is done eating once the head disappears like it does here. Here's the location of all 3 dogs. The first dog is within the new industry areas that I just showed here. The second dog is in the 2nd floor of the prison right in the middle right here. The third dog is right outside the warden's office here. Once you fed all 3 dog heads, all you gotta do is take the fast travel within the warden's house. Midway you will see the Tomahawk that you can pick up. Spoon. So in order to get the spoon, all you need first is a code. The code can be seen within the warden's office by looking through your shield in this angle and then taking the code from left to right by looking at the numbers on these pages. The numbers will change every match, so it's not the same as mine. For example, mine were 636, however yours could be 812 or whatever. Once you have the code, you can input it by shield blasting this padlock and then typing in the code. Just so you know, if this padlock is closed, you can open it by using the warden's key that you picked up earlier from killing the Brutus. After inputting the code, go to the docks to shield blast this voltmeter. Doing so will make this net rise out of the water. Once the net has stopped moving, as it does here, all you have to do is throw the Tomahawk at the net and the spoon will drop for you to pick up. You have a limited time to do this, so make sure you throw the Tomahawk as fast as you can. And if you do miss it and you can't get it in time, you'll have to shield blast the voltmeter to try again. Secret room step. Just letting you know, during this step you will have to momentarily switch your Tomahawk for monkey bombs. Meaning if you wanted to use the Tomahawk to do anything else in the map, make sure you do it before or after this step. To start this step, you need to enter the warden's house and then go to the 2nd floor and melee this wall. The wall will be scratched, meaning that this step worked, and the wall can only be scratched if you already picked up the spoon. Now you want to check your specialist level. This is why I said you always need to make sure that you were leveling up your specialist as you were playing. You need your specialist to be at least level 2 to do this part of the step. When your specialist is at least level 2, group up a huge group of zombies, as many as you can, and come over here. What you need to basically do is take out your level 2 or level 3 specialist weapon and get kills in order to give souls to this monkey that's right behind you. Now the amount of souls you need to give is quite a lot, so you might not get it on your first try, and if you don't, that's fine. Just recharge your specialist and do it again. You know you'll be finished if the monkey's hat glows red, as it does here in this video, and once it does, all you have to do is shoot its face with any bullet gun. Now if you go over back to spawn room, the monkey will be here for you to pick up, and once you pick it up, your Tomahawk will be replaced with monkey bombs. Next you're gonna need a shock charge Brutus, and a shock charge Brutus isn't any normal Brutus, it's a special one that you spawn by typing in the code 666 into the padlock by again blasting it with a shield blast. Once the shock charge Brutus spawns in, all you have to do is enter the warden's house and then throw a monkey bomb from the bottom of the stairs where the scratches are. If you've done the step correctly, the shock charge Brutus will go over to that scratch and hit the wall, blowing it up to reveal a secret room. Once the secret room opens, all you need to do is pick up the red orb on this table and then flip this switch here for a small mini cutscene. While this cutscene is working, you can either watch it or you can do whatever else. Now that you're done with this step, all you need to do is take the fast travel to pick up your Tomahawk again. For if whatever reason you miss the monkey bomb or the warden doesn't go there, all you need to do is just throw another one, and if you're out of monkey bombs, wait for it to recharge or get a max ammo to try again. If you pick up the free monkey bombs and accidentally switch it for Tomahawks, that's bad luck, cause the only other way to get monkey bombs is hitting the mystery box till you pick them up. Or if you accidentally kill the special Brutus, the shock charge Brutus, it's okay, all you have to do is change the round and then enter the code 666 again. Bird step. So this step will take at least 4 rounds, so while you're doing this step, I also recommend you work on other things, for example the shield upgrade, getting the Blundergat, upgrading it to the Magmagat, general other stuff, for example getting pack-a-punch weapons and getting all your perks and so on. To start this step, interact with the map at spawn and then also the book right here. Now there's going to be a small mini cutscene that you can choose to watch or do whatever, again it doesn't matter. However, once the cutscene's over, the bird step will officially begin. Basically, you have to deal with the bird for 4 rounds. It doesn't have to be 4 rounds in a row, just 4 rounds in total. In a nutshell, all you have to do is find the bird by looking through your shield. You'll see him through your shield only, but you can also hear him when you look through your shield. He sounds like this. Once you find him, all you have to do is shield blast him, and that's it. Next, you have to end the round so he respawns at another area, and you have to do this for 3 times in total. Some tips to keep in mind: that the first bird will always spawn within the prison, especially around the middle area. However, the second and third bird will spawn anywhere on the map. Also, if you can't find the bird and accidentally end the round before that, it's no problem. The bird will just switch location and you won't mess up the step. Just like I said, you don't have to do this for 4 rounds in a row. You just have to do this for 4 rounds in total. There are way too many locations where it spawns, so I can't explain all of that in this video. However, if you want to know where every single location is, check the description. The final bird will always be either close to the entrance of the tunnels, or at the citadel, or at the docks. Now, the difference with this bird specifically is that you won't be able to see him even if you look through your shield. However, you will definitely hear him by hearing the squawking noise. You'll know you're close to the bird if you can hear him with the squawking. But to know if you're looking directly at him, all you have to do is hear if there's a crying noise on top of the squawking noise, as it's shown here. Once you know where your bird is, you're gonna need a zombie blood drop, and you can get one guaranteed by entering the code 872 within the pad. Once the zombie blood spawns in, you're gonna have to do this very fast, as the drop only lasts 30 seconds, and you might mess up the step if you take too long. But once you take the zombie blood, get to the bird as fast as you can, and once you're there, use your shield to see the bird for just a few seconds, and once you see the book under it, all you have to do is throw the tomahawk under it to get the book and then pick it up. If you take too long to take the book, the bird will fly away, meaning you failed a step, or if you run out of zombie blood, you failed a step. All you have to do is end the round and then get a new zombie blood. However, every time you end the round, the bird will switch location. But yeah, once you finish this 4th bird, you're finally done with the bird step, so we can move on to the next part of the Easter egg, the challenges, which is the hard part. However, hopefully you got your setup done while doing the bird step. The next part of this video will show stuff you should have done during your setup, so you can get ready to do the challenges. However, I recommend you do all of this during the bird step while switching the rounds, so that you can get this as early as possible and do the next challenges step, which is very difficult, as early as possible. Upgraded shield. So in order to get the shield upgraded, all you need to do is make sure you're carrying the shield on your back and you're also carrying the tomahawk. Next, all you have to do is go over to the mystery box and keep on hitting the box. Yes, that's it. The only thing is, you gotta make sure you have a lot of points, because it'll cost 950 points for every time you hit the box. And fire sales don't count. This has to be a normal box, it can't be a box from fire sale. All you have to do is hit the box till you see the lock, and when you do see the lock, you need to turn the lock into a white lock by sucking it with your shield, and then throw the tomahawk at the lock, and the game will give you the upgraded shield. Now you can carry up to 4 blasts. In a co-op game, not everyone has to throw it to the lock in order to pick up the upgraded shield. Only the person who's sucking the lock needs to do it, and once the lock has been sucked, basically the sucker, this sounds so weird, the sucker has to throw the tomahawk at the lock, and everyone else just has to throw the tomahawk at the same time. They don't have to throw it at the lock, they just have to throw the tomahawk, that's it, and everyone in the game will get an upgraded shield. Blundergat. So getting the Blundergat is actually very easy. Just make sure you have the tomahawk on you while you do this. Around the map there will be 5 skulls that you have to collect with your tomahawk. Here are the skull locations. Inside this poo-poo in the toilet. This ledge here at the docks. Outside the warden's office on this telephone pole. On the staircase right outside spawn building. On this box on top of the roof. Once you get all the skulls, you can pick up the Blundergat at the warden's office. Magmagat. So make sure you do this at the start of a round, because you're gonna have to kill a lot of zombies. Place the Blundergat inside this fireplace within the warden's house, and then keep on killing zombies to collect souls. You're gonna need a lot of souls, but in order to pick up the souls, you have to kill the zombies and then pick it up as they drop. Once you collect enough souls, you'll know you're done, because the 3 skulls above the fireplace will be lit up. Interact with the fireplace to deposit the souls and pick up the Blundergat. Now you have to race the Blundergat to new industries while making sure it doesn't run out of fire. In order to refresh the fire on the Blundergat, you have to touch these blue barrels. If you take this path and touch the blue barrels I show in this video, you'll be fine. Once you enter new industries, place the Blundergat inside this machine and you'll get the Magmagat in a few seconds. Just be warned, once you pick up the Magmagat, a Brutus will spawn. Pack-a-Punch. In order to activate Pack-a-Punch, shock this Voltmeter at the roof and that's it, the Pack-a-Punch will spawn into the map. Just letting you know, once you do spawn into Pack-a-Punch, a Brutus will spawn into the map. Now the Pack-a-Punch can change location every few rounds or so. If it's not at the roof, it's either at the Powerhouse or it's at Building 64, basically where the two power switches of the map are. Here's how the challenges step works. First, you need to enter the secret room and then place the book that you got from the bird step on top of the warden's dead body. After some dialogue, you can start the challenges step. The pages from the book will start moving, and to stop it, you have to interact and then look through your shield to get a code. This code will be your challenge's code. Now if you go over to the padlock and enter the code, your challenge will spawn into the map. In order to know what your challenge is and to start it, all you have to do is follow the red beam that's shining from the lighthouse at the warden's house. As you can see, for me it was the challenge within the new industries area. In order to start your challenge, shock blast the light to spawn in a portal. Now you have to complete your challenge. Once you complete a challenge, a red orb will drop for you to pick up. In order to finish the challenge step, you need to do all 5 challenges and collect all 5 orbs in order to start the boss fight. The challenges will be in a completely random order and it won't be the same as mine as it changes every single game. So if there's a specific challenge you're looking for, check the timestamps in the description. Once you finish your challenge, all you have to do is go back to the book, interact with the pages to get your new code to start your new challenge. However, if you for whatever reason fail the challenge, all you have to do is end the round and then go back to the book to interact with the pages, get your new code to start a new challenge, which could be the same one or it could be another one that you haven't finished yet. New Industries Challenge. So this challenge is very difficult and you're gonna need a total of 6 shield blasts within your team, or if you're by yourself, since you can only go up to 4, you're gonna have to get your shield blast back as fast as possible while doing this step. Blast the portal at New Industries to start the challenge. Next, you need to kill a zombie within the D block area of the prison. After you kill him, you have to spawn in a ghost by looking through your shield and shield blasting the ghost that's on top of that zombie's dead body. Now this is where this step gets very difficult. Basically, you have to materialize the ghost before it ends up entering the New Industries area. In order to materialize the ghost, you have to suck it with your key until it disappears. Once it disappears, all you have to do is shield blast the ghost. You're gonna need to make him disappear and then make him reappear 4 times. Meaning you're gonna have to get 6 zombie souls while you're doing this step if you're solo. However, if you're co-op, just make sure in total you have 6 blasts so you can easily complete this step. If you can't materialize the ghost before he enters New Industries, you'll fail the challenge. As you can see, I materialized the ghost within the catwalk area, and you'll know the ghost is materialized when you suck him, and instead of him disappearing, he starts moving way faster. Now as soon as this happens, you have to race over to the door of New Industries as fast as you can and wait for the ghost to get close to you. Be careful if a Brutus does spawn. Make sure you kill him ASAP as he can destroy the trap within the New Industries area, as you need that trap to complete this step. Once the ghost gets close to New Industries, as he does for me here, all you have to do is activate this trap. Now just wait for the trap to activate and wait for the ghost to get to the trap, and the ghost will get killed by this trap. Once the trap kills him, the ghost will drop the red orb and you can pick it up and you're done with this challenge. Michigan Avenue Challenge. This step is really easy and only needs 2 shield blasts. Blast the portal over at Michigan Avenue to start this challenge. Next, you need to kill a zombie over at the cafeteria and spawn in a ghost by shield blasting the ghost on top of the zombie. Next step, all you have to do is follow the ghost until he gets to the portal, and you have to protect the ghost from the zombies, as the zombies will try to kill the ghost. You can easily tell what his HP is by looking at his color. The more blue he is, the more health he has. The more red he is, the closer he is to dying. The best method to do this step I recommend is to use the Magmagat, as it has a sort of monkey bomb effect which would keep the zombies off of the ghost. Be careful, as I'm pretty sure you yourself can also damage the ghost, so if you're using your specialist, make sure you're a bit more careful. Once the ghost reaches the portal, he'll drop a red orb that you can pick up and you're done with this challenge. Showers Challenge. This is also very easy and you only need 1 blast. Blast the portal at the showers and wait for the ghost to spawn in. He will give you a banjo that you need to charge with souls. Be careful here, as you won't be able to pick up the banjo immediately. You might have to spam interact a bit in order to pick up the banjo. It does take a while until the banjo is interactable. Once you pick up the banjo, all you have to do is enter the blue ring of fire that's within the showers area. Do be careful, because if you spend any time outside of the blue ring, you will take damage over time. Now all you need to do is charge the banjo with souls by killing zombies while you're inside the blue ring. It's really that easy. The blue ring will change location sometimes, so if the blue ring is no longer under you, find the next blue ring, move over there, and continue getting souls. Sometimes the banjo can go out of tune. You'll notice if you randomly start taking damage over time. In order to tune it, all you have to do is return the banjo to the ghost for him to tune it, then pick it up and continue doing the soul charging. You'll know you got enough souls once the banjo makes a small tune like this. Once you fully charge it, all you have to do is return the banjo to the ghost, wait for the ghost to disappear, and a red orb will drop right under the portal for you to pick up, and you're done with this challenge. Docks challenge. So this one is very difficult and you'll need 2 shield blasts in order to complete. Start by shield blasting the light beam at the docks. Now I recommend, if you're doing this solo, make sure you have only 1 zombie left within the round before you start this step, and if you're playing co-op, make sure another teammate is holding a zombie so you can do this step with no zombies on you. Enter the Sallyport area and open this door. Once you're here, you have to use this machine in order to figure out a certain code with Morse code. The code is random every single game, so you can't just use the same code that I did. However, to basically do this, all you have to do is interact with the Morse code. In order to do a small entry, all you have to do is tap interact on the Morse code machine, and to do a long entry, all you have to do is hold the Morse code button for at least 3 seconds. Make sure that every time you let go of the Morse code button, you wait 2 seconds before entering the next button. There is actually a way to know what the Morse code is, however this is way much more difficult than just using brute force in order to figure out. So just keep on doing dots and keep on doing long presses until you get the code correct. What I recommend you do is take a piece of paper and a pencil. If you do a wrong press, the game will let you know with a laughing sound effect like this. So basically, you can figure out the order by taking a piece of paper and a pencil and then writing it down. For example, put in a dot. If the dot works, you know that the dot is the first button of the code. Next, try another dot. If there's a laugh, you know that the second one is not a dot but a dash. So then on the piece of paper, you can write dot dash. So when you try, you can put in dot dash and then you can figure out the rest this way. So basically just trial and error till you get the code correct. You'll know that you got the code correct when your character lets you know, saying that they got it correct. That's why I recommend playing with subtitles. Here's my character entering the code and getting it right.
That was right thing, I think.
Once you figure out the Morse code, enter this room within the infirmary, kill a zombie and spawn in a ghost by shield blasting it with your shield. After you do that, you need to fill the ghost with some souls by killing zombies nearby to it. Once you fill it up with enough souls, the ghost will start following you. Now, all you have to do is take the ghost over to the portal at the docks, and the best way to do this is to follow the path that I'm taking and taking the gondola to go down there, as it's the safer path. Over time, the ghost will start losing health, and you'll be able to see what his health is by looking at the color of the ghost. The more blue he is, the more health he has. The more red he is, the lower HP he is. The zombies won't fight him, he'll just lose health over time, and in order to heal him, all you have to do is charge him with souls by killing zombies nearby. Once you successfully get him to the portal, he will drop the red orb for you to collect, and you'll be done with this challenge. If he dies, then you fail the challenge. Powerhouse challenge. Now this is the most difficult one in the game, so be ready when you're about to do this. And if you're solo, I recommend make sure you leave 2 zombies or 1 zombie. You need 4 shield blasts to do this one. To start it, first start by spawning the portal within the powerhouse and then look at the ghost over there. If you don't look at the ghost, there's a chance your challenge might fail. I recommend that the next part is completed by the host of the match, as they can easily pause the game if they need to. And if they're playing on a PlayStation 5 or PC, make sure they take advantage of the 5-minute highlight replay feature that both systems have. I don't know if Xbox has it, but I know PS5 and PC has it. If you mess up this part, this will also count as a challenge failure. Get over to the building 64 area within the tunnels, and once you're here, interact with this generator. After this, the lights will turn out and you will have to do a game of Simon Says. Basically, a light will flash and all you have to do is interact with that light. After that, 2 lights will flash and you have to interact with both of those 2 lights in the order that they flashed, as I do here. Once you do those 2 lights, then 3 lights will flash in a different order, and then you have to interact with those 3 lights in the order you were shown. You're gonna have to do this step over and over again up until it goes to 5 lights, which is the last one. Make sure you pay full attention doing this step, because if you get the order wrong, you will fail the challenge. This is why I recommend the host to do this step. This is because if they struggle to remember the order, they can easily pause the game and take a 5-minute replay and watch which lights shined in which order. Alternatively, the host could just pause the game every time a light flashes and write it on a piece of paper. As you can see, I'm entering the lights here. Now this step is very difficult, that's why I recommend if you're solo, make sure you have only 2 or 1 zombie to do this step, as if the zombies are attacking you and you can't see the light in time, you're gonna be screwed. If you're in co-op, make sure your friend is training zombies super far away from you so you can do this step in peace and kill any zombies that this step might spawn. But in solo, you'll have at least a few zombies chasing you all the time. That's why I recommend you do it near to the end of the round with only a few zombies spawned in. Once you succeed with all 5 trials, 3 lights will shine within this room. Make sure you remember what these lights are, as you're gonna need it for the next step, and if you mess that up, you'll fail the challenge. Once you remember which lights they are, go and check the notes that are on the lights that were shining. All of the notes have a symbol on it. You have to remember what these symbols are, so the best way to do this is take a picture with your phone and pause the game when it's safe. Once you remember all the symbols or have it stored somewhere, pick up that punch card on that desk and then go over to spawn building. Once you enter the spawn building, place the punch card you picked up earlier from before into that computer. Now a bunch of monitors will light up showing the different symbols that were in that room. What you need to do is remember what 3 symbols were yours, find them on the monitor, and then interact with the monitor to get a new symbol. Then, you need to take notes of which symbols they turn into. Make sure you're 100% sure that these are the symbols you will be needing, as if you get these symbols wrong in the next part, you will fail the challenge. Here's footage of me looking at all the monitors to find the new symbols and then taking a picture of it with my phone so I can use it for the next part. Once you have all 3 symbols you're 100% sure you need, go over to the Powerhouse to do the most difficult part of this step. If you take a look at the machines here, you'll see a bunch of new symbols. 3 of these symbols are the ones you just got from the monitors. Each symbol has a switch on it, and what you have to do is get the ghost to flip the switch on the 3 new symbols that you found from earlier. If you get the wrong symbol, then you will fail the step. In order to get him to pull the switch, all you have to do is shock the ghost right before he gets on top of the symbol, like I did here. This note had one of the new symbols I needed, and because I shocked the ghost right before he went there, he pulled the switch. And you can see he didn't disappear, meaning I didn't fail the step. Now I have to do this for all the other 2 symbols as well. Here's me getting my second symbol, and here's me shocking him to get the switch at my last symbol. Since I got all 3 of the switches on the symbols correct, he drops the red orb that I need. If any of the switches are wrong, then you'll fail this step. Boss fight. So the boss fight's actually really easy. All you have to do is make sure you and your team has enough ammo, and that's it. You need 2 shield blasts to do the boss, however you'll definitely get more than 2 blasts on the way to the boss. To start the boss, all you have to do is go over to spawn room and interact with the map similar to what you did in the bird step. After that, interact with the warden's dead body. This will have some dialogue and it'll start a cutscene. You have to make sure every single player in your team is in this room, or else the boss won't start. After the dialogue, a short cutscene will play and you'll end up in a jail cell. After a long time of waiting, you'll be freed from this jail cell. Make sure you go and pick up a new, fresh shield, and then go and pick up your equipment from this bag here. Next, all you have to do is escape the prison. To do this, just go this way and kill the Brutus that's right in front of you. There will be a second Brutus on the way, but make sure you ignore him. Instead, get souls from the dogs that spawn on the path. If you kill all the dogs with your shield key on the way, you'll have 4 shield blasts, which is 2 more than what you need for the boss fight. Once you reach this area, there will be a small mini cutscene with the Brutus that'll give you your final red orb that you need to pick up. Pick up the red orb and place it on the spawn room's map in order to open up the boss fight arena. Now all of your team has to get over to the door that leads you to the boss fight arena and hold interact on the door in the same time in order to enter the boss fight. Now you have to kill every single Brutus and every single dog and zombie that spawns within this area. This is actually very easy if you have the Magmagat, as all you need to do is run around in circles and keep on shooting the floor, and eventually every single zombie, Brutus and dog will die. Once you complete this, a max ammo and a carpenter will spawn and you should pick it up. Make sure you pick it up quickly though, cause you'll lose health over time if you don't enter this red force field. Shoot the 3 bullets with your bullet gun and then take out your shield and charge this white orb using your shield with a shield blast. Now all you have to do is repeat this step one more time. Kill zombies, get max ammo carpenter, shoot the 3 red orbs, and then charge the white orb with your shield. After you charge the white orb a second time, if you or none of your players in your team is a Richtofen, a bot Richtofen will spawn into the map. Once the bot Richtofen spawns into the map, he will walk inside a machine, and all you have to do is wait for him to come and do some kind of red power blast. After that, all you have to do is kill the big Brutus, and that's it, just the big Brutus. Once you kill the big Brutus, the Easter egg will end and the cutscene will play. This step will be different, however, if you or anyone else in your team is a Richtofen, and here's how you'll do the step if anyone is playing as Richtofen. During this step, if you are a Richtofen, you have to enter the machine by going over here and interacting with the machine. This will start a cutscene that the Richtofen player will have to watch. Once the cutscene is over, the Richtofen player will spawn in the spawn room. All they have to do now is to leave the spawn room and enter the boss fight arena. After that, the rest is the same. The red power blast will happen, and all you have to do in order to finish the Easter egg is to kill the big Brutus, and the cutscene will play. Thank you guys for watching the video. This took a lot of time to make. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this helped out a bit more of the casual players who would like to complete this Easter egg. Goodbye.